Hey everyone, it's me again. So as you can probably tell, this channel has turned into something of a dumping ground for me to upload whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like it, without any sort of consistency. Which a lot of you seem to like for some reason, so that's great. I can keep pretending like I have even an ounce of charisma. Anyway, it's only March, and I think it's appropriate to say this year has already proven to have been quite eventful. Maybe a bit too much so. We transitioned from Hong Kong awareness to the stuff with Soleimani, Kobe dying, and now entire countries are on lockdown from the demonetization virus being declared a global emergency. So now I'm here, being one of the many who are made to work from home, forced by my workplace to hide my disgusting pigment visage from the public under the guise of riding out this pandemic. But I don't want to confuse you into thinking this video was made solely to spread awareness on the coronavirus, or that I'm ungrateful to those who have essential jobs which keep them from staying isolated. After all, I feel that by now everyone should be at a reasonable level of alarm and doesn't need to be told to not touch their face, to wash their hands, and to stay away from crowded areas unless necessary. Instead, I wanted to bring your attention towards some stuff worth looking forward to. While all economic progress in the last 5 years is undone and the stock market continues plummeting, being at its lowest point in nearly 40 years. What's that? You're terrified by things you would only expect to see in your fever dreams invading reality, like Sarah Palin in a fursuit singing Baby Got Back? Oh, you lost $200,000 from your 401k and you only have 3 years left until retirement? Well, here's some upcoming video games you can spend your dwindling funds on to distract yourself, you dumb bitch. I like video games. We're talking about video games some more today. After all, I would hate to make a video filled with nothing but bummers. So for starters, we've got Neo 2, which is actually available now. Unlike testing for the coronavirus in most places, despite the fact that people desperately need it. The first game was already a really good indicator of this, but the devs are terrific at listening to community feedback, and they built an entirely new game off the things they already did really well and the things people really wanted. So, this is really cool. And right over the horizon, we've got Animal Crossing New Horizons and Doom Eternal both coming out on the same day, which a lot of people have already picked up on and made really funny crossover art for. I genuinely cannot get enough of these. The juxtaposition is great. Bro, this is so cute. It is so cute, I almost forgot they're trying to sneak abortion restrictions into the coronavirus bill. These games are followed closely by the release of Persona 5 Royale, which some might argue isn't worth another $60 investment. Something I totally get, but I personally feel the additional 20 or so hours of gameplay added, the new locations, characters, storylines, and numerous other gameplay elements added totally warrants it. Still, if that's not enough to sell you on the game, then I totally get it. But if you haven't played the vanilla version, or any SMT game for that matter, then I highly recommend picking this up as an introduction to the franchise. A stark contrast to how many sports franchises had to cancel their seasons due to the introduction of COVID-19. In the weeks coming after that, we've got the remakes of Resident Evil 3 and the first part of Final Fantasy VII finally rolling out. I can't wait to see how RE3 feels, considering how threatening Mr. X was in the RE2 remake, and how Nemesis is supposed to be even more aggressive with his patterns. I mean, he runs up to you and combos you, that's sick. But not nearly as sick as people all around the globe right now. For Final Fantasy VII, though, I am cautiously optimistic. The game has a lot to live up to, and even though everything I've seen so far looks good, I'm a little bit worried about the end result considering it's being released in parts. That's 3 full-price games for you to have a complete experience on a platform that's soon to be headed on its way out. Sort of like how everyone on YouTube was hit with the full force of COPA not too long after monetization and content creation had already been gimped. I'm fearful of the future is basically what I'm saying. And it's also a lot of development time being allocated across a non-negligible amount of time. People forget, but the game was announced back in 2015, with it being reported that they had to start a lot over from scratch at the 2-year mark after that. And let's not forget what happened with Final Fantasy XV, where after an 8-year development hell, it still launched as an unfinished game, and even later had its remaining DLC cancelled. Having seen Square Enix's track record of handling their mainline games in recent memory, I can't say I'm super confident on how this will turn out. I hope these games will be good. I do. It's just that they haven't instilled enough confidence in me personally that they will be. Otherwise though, the games industry has been really on fire with all these new games coming out. Much like Australia was for a while. But yeah, hopefully at least one of these will keep you guys occupied while everyone is being forced to stay away from, well, everyone. I'm just glad there's still at least something to look forward to. Between pretty much every public event being canceled, travel being restricted, and not having access to amenities like the gym or even toilet paper, still having some form of recreation available is a godsend. For everyone else though, I know it's tempting to travel somewhere domestically now that airline and hotel prices have been slashed, but please don't. It must be very tempting to go and see utopian cities filled with nothing but society's finest, like San Francisco,
Are you stupid? Are you fucking stupid? I'm talking to you. Are you fucking stupid? You are stupid.
In Miami. But trust me when I say that it can probably wait. Booking flights far in advance is about the best I can reason given the current state of affairs, but that's really about it. Don't put yourself or others in danger. I really hope that dumbasses don't cause this situation to stay a problem until Cyberpunk 2077 comes out. But with that, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time. Hey, motherfucker. Yeah, you. The one who's hoarding all the toilet paper. Do you have any idea what it's like having to wipe with one ply when you've got hemorrhoids? I hope you got some decent cardio. Because when I catch you, I'm gonna fuck you up. So I'm legally required to say that that was all just a joke for the sake of the video, but I am quite upset. So if Charmin wants to sponsor me so that I don't have to keep wiping my ass with sandpaper, that'd be pretty fucking cool, you know? That'd be pretty cool.